Hi guys. So this week's video, whew, it's different. It's very important. I have been thinking about this week's video for several weeks now, and I just decided to just do it because the more I thought about how I wanted to approach it, it just seemed like there wasn't any right angle, because there's just so much. I could literally write a book about this topic. So I'm going to be more concise and try to finish this video in like 10 minutes, okay? So in this video, I want to talk about self-awareness, because at the end of last year into this year, I saw so many videos of people talking about how this is the year that they are going to treat people the way that people treat them. They were insinuating, or they've insinuated in these videos, that essentially they're just not going to be kind this year. They're not going to be nice this year. Like, if you stop loving me, I'm going to stop loving you. If you disrespect me, I am going to disrespect you. And I don't like it. I don't like it. As a Christian, I don't like it. As a growth mindset coach, I don't like it. I believe that this is the year that we should start being more mindful. This is the year, this is the month that we should start practicing self-awareness, being more self-aware. You know, the people who are out here making decisions to be spiteful and hurtful are the ones who sees the world as bad and evil. And there are aspects in the world, a lot of it is bad and evil. However, the way that we respond to the world starts here, right? I'm going to be dropping some scriptural gems today too, and in this video. And the first one comes from Romans 12 and verse 2. And I'm just going to share the first two lines where Paul says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Can you imagine that? Mindset? It's not a new thing. Oprah didn't come up with that. That's like straight out of the Bible, where Paul is saying, listen, you are in charge of your own mind. Yeah, the world is crazy, but you can't expect a crazy world to change for you. The world is unkind, but you can't expect the world to be kind to you, or the world is disrespectful. You have to be the one to change right here. Paul was saying, way back in Bible days, to be more self-aware. We're out here saying we're going to be unkind to people because they're unkind to us. If you are truly a kind person, you won't let people cause you to be unkind, right? You are just kind. You don't want to be reacting and being unkind. That's not going to make you happy. There's so much reward from being who you are, kind. There's so much reward from being self-aware, because a self-aware person understands that they define what is unkind, what is disrespectful. The self-aware person knows that even if someone is disrespectful in their definition, that person may not be trying to be disrespectful to them. They understand that it's a secret. Most of the time, the way that people deals with you has nothing to do with you. I'm going to say it again. Most of the time, the way that people deals with you has nothing to do with you. They're dealing with you based on their own personal trauma. They're dealing with you based on whatever is going on with them, right? At their homes, in their marriages, on their jobs. They are not dealing with you based on you. They don't know you. Self-awareness understands that. And self-awareness is not going to be unkind to someone who is obviously broken. Self-awareness can see brokenness in others. Self-awareness understands that hurt people hurts people. Self-awareness understands that when someone brushes against you and don't say sorry, it's possibly because they're in a hurry and they might not even have noticed that they brushed against you, right? So they're not going to get into a fight with someone. And you know, if you think that this world is bad and you're going to be bad too, self-awareness says don't do that, because we're seeing nowadays that people are really crazy. People are gunning down people for no reason. Listen, guys. If for no reason you need to become self-awareness, to become self-aware is to just stay alive. Just live. Just choose to be happy in your own bubble, you know? Because the world is not going to change. If the world changes, it's going to be for the worst, because of videos that like those where people are making the decision that they're just not going to be nice, they're not going to be kind. And I have to encourage you to not do that. You know, again, in Philippians 2 and verse 3, Paul says, don't be selfish, don't try to impress others, be humble, thinking of others as better than yourself. I know that's hard, to think about others better than yourself, but if you can't do that, at least think about them the way that you would want to be thought about, right? And I know he says don't be selfish. It sounds so harsh, but instead of being defensive about the word selfish, just think about the definition or the opposite of that, which, you know, basically he's, instead of thinking that he's saying don't be selfish, just hear him say be considerate. Be considerate, meaning take the time to pause and think about what this person might be going through, why they are behaving the way that they're behaving towards you. That's mindfulness, and that's self-awareness, being able to pause and check your own filtration system. You know, do you really need to respond? Right? Is it going to make the situation better or worse? And if I can give 2 bullet points on how to be more self-aware, I would say 1, look for an opportunity to learn. Look for an opportunity to learn from the situation, from the person. You might even be able to teach them something. You might save a life, because let's say you choose to not be disrespectful to that person, right? That person might have, left their house that morning just looking for a fight because they're so hurt. They're so broken. They have no control at home. And that they're just angry, and you choosing to not engage, or you choosing to be gentle and understand that even though he might be disrespectful based on your definition, because again, you get to decide what is disrespectful based on your definition. He was disrespectful. You're just going to let it go because you're just meeting him for the first time. So you know that he is not angry at you. You know that he is dealing with something. So you're going to let it go. You might have saved a life. That, because you don't know what that person, if that person has a gun, and just looking for a reason to just start shooting. It's a crazy world we're living in now. So that's the first thing that I would say on, mindfulness of becoming self-aware, is just to look for an opportunity to learn or to teach someone in the circumstance. The second thing I would say is ask yourself, how can I make God proud in this situation? Because if the world is so bad and you feel like Satan is all up in this issue because God ain't here, how are you going to deal with it, the situation, to make God pleased with you? That's really that simple in self-awareness. So do not expect the change, guys. Don't expect the world to change for you. Be the change that you expect in the world. I think Gandhi says that. Be the change you expect in the world, and do not become what you are criticizing. Do not become what you don't like, right? So if you don't like to be disrespected, don't be disrespectful. Work on yourself and your own triggers. That's my third bullet point, by the way. So the first one is to learn from it. And secondly, how can make God proud? Be intentional to make God proud. And the third one is to check in with your own filter, right? And it all requires you to not do a thing in the first few seconds. I am going to do another video on the importance of pausing. The importance of the pause. I'm going to do a video on why that is important. But in the meantime, if you want to participate, if you want me to create and you want to participate in a self-awareness challenge, just write challenge in the comments. And if I get 12 people, just 12, a dozen people who want to participate in the challenge, I will create a challenge for you, for us, to become more self-aware. So until next time, bye-bye, adios, what good, I don't remember how to say it in French, but I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye, guys.